All right, welcome to nutrition discussion number 3 for the full 2021 semester. My name is Andy Sykes. I am the strength conditioning specialist, nutrition specialist here at Wichita State. And today we're going to discuss superfoods. On the slide, well, let me share that screen first so you can see what I'm talking about. So you should be able to see superfoods. And you've got all sorts of pictures there of superfoods. From different seeds, nuts, and berries, fruit, and different vegetables that are shown. Now, spoiler alert, superfoods, anything can be considered a superfood. It's not a real food group. So what we generally see with superfoods, and I've got a number of different ones listed there on the right side, is that they somehow have a beneficial impact on human health. So generally we see these being due to either phytochemicals within them, antioxidants, probiotics, you've got unsaturated fatty acids, different vitamins, minerals that we know are already good for our health, different protein strands or amino acids, the various enzymes. All of these things could be in a food product and that could be beneficial, and therefore someone might want to consider them to be a good food, a healthy food, or even a superfood. And so again, it's not a real term, it's not a food group, and anything can be considered. It's just an opinion or a label to put on our food. So again, lots are listed here, and I will go through some of those towards the end of the slides today. We're going to see kind of what goes into those foods to make them have health benefits and in high concentrations and where we see these. Now, doing some research prior to this slideshow, I found that superfood was coined back in 1954, first for bananas. And so typically we don't consider bananas anymore a superfood. Some people may, but again, it's a marketing scheme that is used to influence and sell product. Okay, so this is a marketing term, superfoods, not a technical or food term. And so they wanted to increase banana production and commercialized selling in the United States, and the United Food Company went along with this superfood marketing campaign, which did great. How many bananas are so readily available now in the States? So we don't grow many of those ourselves, we import them, and we'll import them in. So getting into the actual contents of these food items, then the benefit that they have, what it boils down to, as I mentioned earlier, and I'll go into a little more depth with these, is the phytochemicals that are with them. Why we're told to eat 5 fruit and veg a day, or even upwards of 7 a day that we should be consuming, is that they have lots of chemicals inside of them, microbacteria inside of them, fiber, vitamins, minerals, fatty acids or amino acids that benefit our health. Okay, the largest component, what I would say, is probably the biggest impact on health on these food is the antioxidant component. And so we'll see those within mainly plant-based foods, but you could have a meat product considered a superfood too. Lots of nutrients that can be found within those foods. And again, there is no checkbox to say one food is a superfood versus another. It is an opinion and it is marketing. So yeah, moving forward, let's actually look at each of these food groups. Antioxidants, what do they do? You may have heard a lot about these, and we definitely promote them in their consumption. But you're going to get these from all sorts of fruits and vegetables. Normally you see the high content in berries, and we'll cover that in a little bit. What is actually happening? What are they doing? And how do they actually occur? We see that they are high in, well, antioxidants are broken down. You'll see on the next slide and how we kind of categorize them. But there are hundreds, if not thousands, of different substances that can become antioxidants. Okay, and what's actually happening, you see the kind of graphic on the left that I have, is that through oxidative stress, either with exercise, through stress in the environment, pollution, cigarette smoking, metabolism of food and actually production of energy is oxidative stress. It creates these free radicals, these particles that have an unpaired electron. And these go around the body and these bump into other cells and want to try and connect that unpaired electron. And so they're going to try to pull it from a different cell and unstabilize that cell and create cell damage. We see this kind of in cell membranes, and this leads to atherosclerosis and different cardiovascular diseases and metabolic diseases, and even into some cancers. So what antioxidants do is they go in and they have additional electrons that aren't paired that can donor that electron and create this free radical and make it stable. So they pair it in and give that electron to the free radical, stabilizing it. Then it's not jumping around and damaging the inside of the body. Now, you can imagine if you have too much of these antioxidants, if it's too excessive one way and you overconsume them, it can have the opposite effect. You can actually increase free radicals, because an antioxidant technically is also a free radical. So they match together and become stabilized. So in moderate consumption, as with all things in moderation, they are very beneficial and they help against oxidative stress, which we get a lot of. And especially if you're more of an athlete, the more movement you do, the more energy production, you're going to need more recovery, and antioxidants are a great way to go. So the National Institute of Health comments that free radicals are highly unstable molecules that are formed when you exercise, when your body converts food to energy, and the body exposes free radicals from a variety of environmental sources, such as cigarette smoke, pollution, sunlight. These free radicals can cause oxidative stress, the process that can trigger cell damage. Oxidative stress is thought to play a role in a variety of diseases, including cancer, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and different eye diseases. Okay, and we score these on different levels. There's a TEAC score, a FRAP score, and an ORCA score that rate how much antioxidant capacity or potency a certain food product has. And generally we see that, the berries, the blueberries are pretty high on their raspberries, some chocolate, dark chocolate has high content too. So lots of antioxidant content. So this shows how we break them down. And again, there could be, like I said, thousands of different substances that are considered antioxidant. We have enzymatic inside the body already being produced ourselves to help us stay healthy. And we've got non-enzymatic ones that can come in through different food sources. Flavonoids are highly mentioned a lot. The carotenoids, flavonoids are metabolites of plant metabolism. Carotenoids are pigments, part of the photosynthesis energy production of plants. You've got phenolic acids, you've got minerals, zinc and selenium there, you've got the vitamins shown, A, C, E, and K. So these can come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. And again, the role that they're having is just to remove these free radicals that are being created through oxidative stress. And they're trying to take them out and decrease the damage that they may cause by bumping into things and stealing their electrons. And the next best thing I think that superfoods have is the probiotics. This is great for your gut health. Lots of potential health benefits for the host of these microorganisms that are living inside your gut. And so these can be different bacteria, they can be yeast found in fermented foods, or they could be these soil-based microorganisms. There are prebiotics as well as probiotics. Prebiotics are complex carbohydrates that are a food source for bacteria, whereas probiotics are the actual microorganisms themselves. We categorize these probiotics into 3 main species and 7 genome listed there. And I won't try to embarrass myself by pronouncing these different bacteria, but you can read those 7 on the bottom of the page. What are they doing? Well, they act, and the mechanisms of actions are different depending on the species or the type of microbacteria that they are. So you have non-specific, species-specific, and strain-specific mechanisms that can produce bioactive metabolites and help stabilize the intestinal pH, so the acidity of the intestines. They can help reinforce bile salt metabolisms enzymatic activity and toxins, help prevent those. And they can also help our immune system, affect our endocrine and the nervous system within the body. So really good, a lot of benefits shown with bloating. They look at skin conditions, diarrhea, and you can see there the National Institute of Health. Again, I sourced these on later on in the slides, but looked at or highlighted the use of probiotics for treating 6 different conditions: atopic dermatitis, which is a type of eczema, diarrhea, irritable bowel syndrome, hypercholesterolemia, and obesity. Now, not all of them showed as good success rates as the others. There were some issues with that research, but having these probiotics means you've got to be eating better foods or supplementing them into your food. So with that, you're going to have probably a better diet, and these may link to maybe the obesity prevention there. Okay, that's more of a weight management, energy management condition versus a probiotic gut health condition, but definitely can help. Hypercholesterol, high blood lipid levels, if you've got probiotics helping you in your GI tract, that is certainly going to have an effect. And we do have some research to suggest that it does help lower those cholesterol levels in the blood. Generally, you'll see that a product or a supplement is going to have the gram and value of these microorganisms that are within them. Normally it will probably be milligrams or even micrograms of them. You can also see them in what is known as CFUs, which is the colony forming units, and we typically see these between 1 and 10 billion CFUs in a product or a serving. Fiber, if you don't already know how beneficial fiber is, we have it both soluble and insoluble fiber, and these are known for helping our ability to resist coronary artery diseases, stroke, hypertension, diabetes, different GI diseases, okay, help lower our blood pressure, help lower our cholesterol levels. It helps our blood sugars, okay, it helps the insulin resistance, okay, we're less resistant to insulin and therefore can uptake it better, which help benefit our blood sugars. We look at weight loss, we look at the effect on diarrhea, constipation, hemorrhoids, all of these factors that are influenced by our GI tract. Fiber helps either swell the nutrients within the colon, or help pass, being insoluble, help pass food items, our food products through the intestinal wall for excretion. So it helps our metabolism, help things flow through the body. It keeps us moving and healthy. I don't know if I can't cover all these vitamins and minerals that we'll cover in the next slide too, but I've covered these in previous presentations. But we want to look for our multivitamins, really, basically. You've got your B vitamins, which are known as our energy vitamins. You've got our vitamin C for our immune system. We've got our fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, and K. All of these should have adequate amounts in our diet. And these superfoods generally will have high potency or density of these well-needed vitamins. On the same line are minerals. We need these. These are essential for different biochemical reactions in the body. And they span so many different functions that I couldn't list them all, but yeah, vital. And again, the more we have, the better. They should be part of our diet. So if a food contains a lot of them, it could be considered a superfood. Again, it's just a label that it has no quantifying reasons to be called it. Don't forget, we have both major and trace, whether they have 100 or lower than 100 milligrams in their recommendation of intake. Your electrolytes fall within those. Fatty acids are big ones that we should be consuming on a daily basis, are omega-3s, anti-inflammatories, but not to forget omega-6s. Both of these are polyunsaturated fatty acids, so they have that double carbon bond structure on the carbon skeleton and have health consequences for consumption versus saturated fats, which are typically solid at room temperature versus liquid and The image shows these kind of oil droplets. We see these omegas to be oil, commonly supplemented, or you can get them in food items like fish, flaxseed oil, things of that nature. They are known for the anti-inflammatory and have different health consequences for consuming them. They inhibit the different potential conditions of cancer, diabetes, different neurological conditions, a whole host of health benefits for the heart, metabolic diseases, and even cognition, central nervous system. Amino acids, again, had previous presentations on amino acids. Of course, we have 20 different amino acids broken down into essential and non-essential. You can group the branch chain. All sorts of roles here, from building tissue to enzyme production, hormone production, your immune system, your electrolyte function, fluid balance, and they can also be used for energy. So lots of different things that amino acids do. And if a food item has amino acids, then great, then it can be used for these roles. You know, some will have higher concentrations of some amino acids versus other, and therefore can have an effect on the body that may be more to do with collagen formation versus muscle tissue. So a lot of people associate protein or amino acids with muscle tissue, but they do all sorts of things in the body. It's not just making you muscular. So if you are watching this for extra credit, shoot me an email, andy.sykes@wishart.edu. This is your last extra credit opportunity for the semester. We're going to use the code word vitality. So send me that email and I'll get you those points. Hope you had a good semester. Moving on, we're going to look at a few different food items and how they may benefit you. But of course, this list could be 1,000 ingredients long. I'm not going to give that, but maybe look at the more well-known considered superfoods and how they benefit the health. So for a start, let's start with tea, or even green tea to be even better. They have all sorts of things within these leaves that are extracted when they're either boiled or used, consumed. And you can see I've listed here health benefits on the left side, and then what's responsible, how these actually occurring on the right. So with tea, we've got reduced risk of cancer, cardioprotective effect, improving memory, reducing arthritis, and neurological diseases with aging. Okay, and how they're doing these. So you see the polyphenols. We're really looking at the antioxidant content on the reduced risk of cancer. Again, with the cardioprotective effect, theanine, so an amino acid helps with brain function there, calycines and tea polyphenols. Again, these are our plant-based products, so we'll see a lot of these antioxidants and polychemicals that are used. So here we've got a hippothane, which is also is a shrub, also known as a sea buckthorn. It's an orange shrub fruit. It's very high in vitamin C content, actually 15 times higher than oranges. So I don't know if anyone considers orange as a superfood. It's known for its vitamin C and what we consume it for, but these are 15 times more potent in vitamin C than an orange. So consider taking this for your morning snack instead of an orange. But yeah, what they are known for: enhancing the nervous system, protecting against cardiovascular disease, scavenging the free radicals, and having an anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial effect. How do they happen? We've got your B vitamins, your C vitamins, you've got different trace elements in there, different polychemicals, polyphenols. You've got your polyunsaturated, you've got omega-3, 6, and 9. You've got your antioxidants, and again, I think I covered the others. So these are the compounds inside of these fruits that have that response. Blueberries, hopefully we consume our blueberries. These are pretty well consumed in America. What are they good for? Central nervous system, cerebral function, the fight against neurological diseases, the lowering of blood pressure, the prevention of different cancers. Lots of fiber in there, so constipation and diarrhea, looking at getting normal routine back into our GI tract, and even potentially prevention of different infections in the body. royal jelly. So this is made from bees and with this honey. This looks at our ability to control blood sugar, our insulin sensitivity. We can see that raw jelly is similar in amino acid content to collagen. So we have these different amino acids that can help us with our joint structures and collagen formation. Potential neurological improvements, looking at urinary tract infections and a potential to improve the GI tract, different diseases, insomnia and appetite role with royal jelly. So that is the structure that the beehive is created by those bees. The honey is stored within the jelly, and so this is this like wax type structure that you can chew on, and I think you chew it and spit it out. I don't think you actually consume it. Spirulina, so this is our blue-green algae, commonly known as, very good at controlling blood sugar again and our insulin levels. Also can enhance our immune system, has an antiviral effect, an antimitochondrial microbial effect, and those are created by different fatty acids, polysaccharides, and vitamins inside of that plant. Acai berries strengthen the human immune system, anti-inflammatory, protect against cancer through the omegas, through the vitamins and the polyphenols. Goji berries have a potential to prevent cardiovascular disease, reduce inflammation, prevent stomach ulcers and cancers, and improve vision. These are very high in vitamin C, again, much higher than oranges, so a good option to be consuming. Ginger, brought up here with its cardio disease prevention, its aid in digestion, and its anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial impacts. And mecha plant, which is a root commonly known in your energy drinks as ginseng, that it helps improve sexual function, energy, detoxifying the body, antidepressant, and supporting your endocrine system. So it does this through a number of different polyphenols, amino acid contents, and vitamins within the body. And again, like I said, we could go through hundreds of different food items, not necessarily needed today. Other things that we may want to consider, superfoods, or if you Google search them, you'll find out all sorts of lists of different foods, but kefir or quinoa, beets with the vasodilators, lemon, vinegar, eggs, nuts, garlic, olive oil, avocados, cherry juice, mushrooms, all sorts of foods that could be considered superfoods. So what do you consider a superfood? That's the end of my presentation today. I'll show you my resources here and where I got a lot of this from National Institute of Health. But yeah, let me know. I wish you have a great finals week. If you have exams, good luck on those. Get enough sleep once you're through with them. And I wish you all the best over the winter break, Christmas, enjoy it, have a good New Year's, and we'll see you back in the spring semester. Thank you. Have a good day.